Hey, it's Craig. You may recognize me as Stuttering Craig from way back in the old internet days. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for finding me. Man, we're off to another week. Ready to go. We have passed 27,000 subscribers on the channel, which is really cool because we're just kind of hanging out doing this as a hobby, and you guys have been helping me out. It's been awesome. And big thanks to my super thankers for the last video. By the way, the last video was pretty fun to do. I really enjoyed telling you guys that story. If you guys haven't, take 7 minutes and watch that video. It's just a video about how 3 seconds can change your day. Here's a spoiler: it's a hug, right? But there's a little story behind it, and I would love for you guys to hear that, so you can go back and watch that. But the super thankers for that video, as I like to do, say thank you to my super thankers. Hopper, my man, thank you so much for your support. Backyard Tardis, Lauren continuing the streak, Evan continuing the streak, and Mike J. Guys, thank you so much for your super thanks down below. They are tremendously appreciated, as are all of your comments and thumbs up, and of course subscriptions, so we can possibly get to 28,000 subscribers. Once again, when we get to 50,000 subscribers, hopefully maybe one day, I will add an additional day of content to the schedule. So more than just Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll add like Saturday or something. We'll see. Today, we're taking a look at one of my favorite series. We've looked at this a couple times before. This is a series that doesn't exist anymore online, which is what we do on this channel. We take a look back at classic internet videos and take you back to an easier time. We're taking a look at Pop Fiction, about one of my favorite games, Street Fighter 2. So you combine the two, and guess what? You get a happy Craig. Guys, let's get into this thing. If you guys do enjoy these videos, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. Like watching along these videos with me. I really appreciate you guys being here and re-experiencing these, because I have not legitimately watched these videos in years. So let's get into this thing. I probably watched this once, but yeah, this is a series called Pop Fiction from the Game Trailers days. You can go find the creators of this series over at Easy Allies now, because Game Trailers doesn't exist anymore. Let's get into this bad boy. I popped the volume up at your request, so if it's too loud, tell me about it in the comments. Let's go. All right. So this is about Sheng Long. In the description it talks about Sheng Long. Which, heck yeah, let's go. This is one of my favorite, legit favorite myths in video, or myths or rumors in video game history. I hope they get in. By the way, look at Zangi's stupid face. Look at that. That's awesome. I hope they get into the origin story of this, which was EGM and an April Fool's joke, which I'm sure they will. Legitimately one of my favorites. Oh my god, what a
Shoryuken
awesome
is a
game.
term deeply embedded in gaming culture, simultaneously representing a long, rich history of fighting games dating back to the late 1980s, and symbolizing a community of gamers that are intensely passionate and devoted to their genre. Capcom first coined the term in 1987's Fighting Street, also known as the original Street Fighter, when it served as the name of a special move for one of gaming's most iconic figures, Ryu. Little did Capcom know that the term would eventually lead to the creation of one of gaming's most well-known myths.
Have you ever played Street Fighter 1? Because, look, we've talked about this. It's been well established. It is not good. And the fact that it got a sequel was like mind-blowing. One of the things I really appreciated between Street Fighter 1 and Street Fighter 2 was the super moves didn't destroy an entire bar. Like, I remember watching, I may have told this story before, I don't know, but I remember as a kid, I was probably 8, 9 years old, we went on a trip to go to the Grand Canyon. And on our way to the Grand Canyon, we stopped at like, I don't know, a truck stop or like somewhere, a casino, I don't know, wherever it was, gas station. And there was an arcade game that I remember seeing, and it was, in the lobby as you go in. And I remember watching this guy play, and I didn't know what game that was until I learned later that it was the original Street Fighter. But I remember the guy did one move over and over again, and it was the hurricane kick. And he ended up beating the game. I remember just standing there and be like, whoa, that's amazing. Look at that. But yeah, he was playing the original Street Fighter, and I didn't realize that till years later, till obviously long after Street Fighter 2 released. But that memory stuck with me, and then it was connected after seeing Street Fighter 1 later down the line. Sorry, side note. Yes, Shoryuken.
Which has also served as a long-running gag for the fighting game community. In March of 1991, Capcom released Street Fighter 2 in arcades, setting off a fight game boom that lasted nearly a decade. One of its oddball features was a post-match quotation from the winner, many of which have gone to spawn on a number of popular internet memes. However, it was a victory quote from Ryu that stirred the most interest.
One more side note. The go home and be a family man thing, I actually had that in my mind for a long time. Like when I retired, I don't do this full time anymore, right? This is not my career. We've established that. This is just something I like to do as a hobby when I have a few extra minutes. But when I retired, like literally 2 or 3 years into Screw Attack, I thought that's how I was going to retire and say, look, it's time for me to go home and be a family man. Whenever Screw Attack ended, that's what I was going to say. I never actually said that, but that was always in the back of my mind because I thought that was like really, really great. I thought it would be a great bow to things, which turns out it wasn't because I never said it.
Occasionally, Ryu would tell his defeated challengers, you must defeat Sheng Long to stand a chance. Confused players believed this to be a hint about a possible hidden character.
I did.
During this time period, arcade fighters were notorious for hidden secrets.
Dark footage.
Electronic Gaming Monthly ran an article in its April 1992 issue with some purported insight into the mystery. A reader wrote to the letter section claiming to have found a way to encounter the mysterious figure Sheng Long in Street Fighter II.
I thought this was the coolest thing in the world. This was like legitimately one of my. If you didn't read EGM back in the day, or if you did read EGM, and you saw these things and you didn't just totally buy them hook, line, and sinker, like this is one of the first ones. This and the Ninja Turtles 2 and the arcade, or Ninja Turtles 2 arcade game on the NES where you could play as Simon Belmont. That was one of the 2 April Fool's jokes. And I didn't, as a kid, you don't put these things together, the April Fool's mentality. I thought this was so cool. God, I hope they go into deep dives here. Pretty sure this one's going to be
going by the pseudonym W.A. Stokens stated that Sheng Long appeared if certain conditions were met in a single-player arcade run. Players have to select Ryu and then win every single match without losing any health, regardless of whether it was a clean hit or chip damage. Whether you reach the final showdown with M. Bison, you have to earn a draw in 10 consecutive rounds without losing any health or dealing any damage.
How stupid is that? That just, everything about that idea is stupid. Like going through, never taking a block, never taking a hit, and going through 10 rounds of neither taking any damage or giving any damage. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But I believed it. And thousands of other kids did too. Oh my God, what a bunch of dumb kids.
If you managed to achieve this feat, Sheng Long would jump in during the 11th round and toss M. Bison off the screen.
Look at how real that looks. It looks so real. And look, it looks real. And all they did was they slice in his scissor kick and they repainted, they gave him a color palette swap to Ryu here. That's amazing. Oh, God, that's great. Genius.
The game would then freeze its timer and put you in a winner-takes-all fight with the enigmatic Sheng Long.
Amazing. Amazing. God, that's awesome.
Countless quarters must have been wasted in an effort to reach Sheng Long. Despite our best attempts, it simply wasn't humanly possible to meet the conditions set
You're
forth.
right.
We then resorted to other means, including the use of cheats and relying on emulators to recreate the conditions in a tool-assisted playthrough.
I love that they actually went through the effort to try this. Once again, game trailers, amazing. And the fact that does GameGenie.com even exist anymore? I hope it does. God, we're gonna check that out in a second.
In the end, though, only M. Bison appeared before us each round, and Sheng Long was nowhere to be found.
Damn it! Damn that
One
lies.
of the early indicators that this myth was shenanigans was that the supposed method to unlocking Sheng Long came in the April issue of EGM, the April Fool's Edition. Additionally, the reader credited with sending in the tip was called W.A. Stokens, a phonetic recreation of Waste Tokens, with a hometown of folded.
I was thinking, I was like, what does that mean? W.A. Stokens. Waste. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I feel like an idiot. For that. Waste tokens. And forget about it. Ha!
Again, H-A, or fooled again, ha.
Oh!
Shortly
I thought it was fooled again. What an idiot I am. Oh, I thought it was forget about it. Oh, what a bunch of dumb. Well, I'm so stupid.
Location in EGM, the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter II was released, and Ryu's quotation was modified to say, "You must defeat my Dragon Punch to stand a chance."
Yes.
What was going on? It turns out that the term Sheng Long is a Chinese mistransliteration for Shoryu, which is part of the full name of Ryu's trademark move, Shoryuken. For some
Wow.
reason, the English localization of Street Fighter II in US arcades altered the Japanese phrase, "If you cannot overcome the rising dragon punch, you cannot win."
That's
As a result,
amazing.
the original English phrase contained the term Sheng Long when it should have said Dragon Punch.
To this day, I don't think Sheng Long is not. I don't think he's been playable in any. Like Sheng Long became Akuma. Is that right? I believe that. Let me know in the comments. I think that's what happened to it. But wouldn't it be amazing if Sheng Long, like they were to go in and create Street Fighter 2, like take Street Fighter 2 the game and then go add Sheng Long to it now? Like I would pay $60. I'd pay $25 for that. That would be so cool. Take these older games and add them. Break the shit out of these games. Like why not? That would be so amazing. Oh my god.
However, the original instruction manual for the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter II in the US still referred to the mysterious Sheng Long. This time, he was referred to as Master Sheng Long, Ken and Ryu Sensei.
Love it!
Eventually, the mistake was caught and corrected in later versions to remove any mention of Sheng Long and refer to Ken and Ryu as disciples of Shotokan Karate.
Oh,
In 1994's video game version of Street Fighter the movie, the endings for Ken, Ryu, and Akuma mention Sheng Long as a master. EGM would once again poke fun in their April 1997 issue, claiming Sheng Long was in Street Fighter 3.
I remember seeing this one too. Oh man, video game magazines are the best. Remember when you could just get things out of a screenshot? Screenshots were the coolest. And now you got to watch videos with me on the internet. That's like, come on. What are we doing?
But stopping short of revealing just how to unlock him.
Simpler
The
time,
story
man.
of Sheng Long didn't end there.
There's Akuma. There he
Super
is.
Street Fighter II Turbo, reaching the fight with M. Bison without using any continues, and doing so in either under 25 minutes or achieving the highest score, a character known as Akuma would appear and obliterate Bison in a fashion similar to EGM's Sheng Long myth. Capcom would later incorporate the two elements in 2008's Super Street Fighter II Turbo HD Remix, where you could earn an achievement or trophy for defeating Akuma labeled Sheng Long is in another castle.
Wait, hold on. Let's just do some math real quick. This was in 2008, okay? If you're watching when this video came out, it's 2022. That's 14 years difference. Put that in perspective. 2008 minus 14 years, so the same difference between now, when this game came out, and when you're watching this video, 14 years. 14 years from the time that game came out was 2004. Yeah, that was 1994. Oh my God. We're old as shit.
Sheng Long also shares history with another Street Fighter character, and Masayomi Kanzaki's
What the hell happened to Guile here? What happened?
1993 manga adaptation of Street Fighter II, a character named Goken was introduced as Ryu and Ken Sensei, loosely based on the myth of Sheng Long. A few years later in the Alpha series, Ken and Ryu's master was brought up again, this time referred to as Goken, and making his first visual appearance as a cameo in Akuma's ending in Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dreams.
That's awesome. That's great.
Then, in 2008, Street Fighter IV producer Yoshinori Ono made a cryptic remark in an issue of EGM, stating, "Let's just say that jokes that your magazine have reported in the past might find their way into the game as fan service." On April 1st, the Japanese development blog for the game announced Sheng Long as a new character complete with a silhouette, and a way to unlock him in the upcoming game.
Wait,
However,
what?
Capcom quickly revealed that it was merely a joke.
I
Later
knew
that year,
it!
Capcom revealed that the new character
Yeah, it was
teased
Goken.
as Sheng Long was actually Goken.
Yeah, okay.
Though
You must
Sheng
beat
Long
me to
isn't
stand a
unlockable in
chance.
Street
Love it.
Fighter II, the myth seems to have served as one of the inspirations for the creation of two new characters in the series, Akuma
That's great.
and Goken.
Amazing stuff. Amazing. Oh. Oh, lovely. Outstanding. What a series. What a series, this pop fiction. God, I love everything about that. Man, there's so much here. There's so much here we can talk about. Obviously, April Fool's jokes, magazines were outstanding. Just video game rumors as a whole. But the one thing I talked about during that, which has been in my mind since saying that, was taking these old games and adding things back into them. Could you imagine? Like, okay, behind me, I have NBA Jam for the arcade one-up right here. You can play online against people in NBA Jam now, right? Could you imagine if they took NBA Jam and updated the license to add Michael Jordan, a Michael Jordan version of NBA Jam, something Michael Jordan was never in? That, like, holy crap, take these old games, bring them into the future, today, the modern day, with things that you never could have had in the past. Like, updating games in the past was nearly impossible. God, that'd be so cool. And taking Street Fighter 2, modifying them, making it Sheng Long edition, just adding them. This is total fan service. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. What would be the game that you would want to see something added to in that fashion? Please let me know down in the comments. I am fascinated by this idea. God, that'd be so stinking cool. I love it. Love everything about that. All right, look, I've gone long enough today, guys. I appreciate you guys spending about 10, 15 minutes with me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Your super thanks are incredibly valuable. They help me out so much. They are encouraging. So are your thumbs up. So are your subscriptions. And guys, I hope you have an excellent day. Remember, take those 3 seconds. Give somebody a hug today. Go watch that video as well. Hear the story. And of course, people are going to try to bring you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys 3 times a week. Bye-bye.